What do you think the 2020 December boss battle will be? YT Rewind getting a positive like to dislike ratio. Crossing my fingers for aliens. Crossing my fingers for zombies. Boring answer. Trump refusing to accept the election results. That's a given. The piece of shit whined about fraud even when he won. When he loses he'll go into full-on Psycho Super Saiyan Karen mode. Serial killer Santa Claus. Robot Santa Claus from Futurama. I'll be shocked if we make it that far. Killer Bean will become real and kill everyone playing music. Avatar: The Last Airbender movie Part 2. That would mean them releasing up Part 1 first. There is no live-action Avatar in Ba Sing Se. It'll be something way out of left field, like all the shoes disappear and Nike, Adidas, and Reebok are forced to merge and then go bankrupt. But then the shoes come back as sentient beings declaring their reign over us, and the DDoS axes our ambassador to negotiate the terms of surrender. We discover that there won't be 2021, but actually December 32. The virus will become a person and we'll have to fight it like in a video game. It's gotta be Yellowstone. That'll finish 2020 and humanity nicely. COVID-20. Shit mutates, so this is plausible. Influenza also had 2 strains. Trump finally collects all of the Infinity Stones. When I'm done, half of America will still exist. Probably something to do with spiders. Spiders breed with killer hornets and produce the flying killer spiders. Trump will lose in a landslide in November, and refuse to leave office. If he does lose, it won't be a landslide. He has tons of supporters, and they're afraid that he's gonna lose because a lot of the coronavirus blame is put on him. They're gonna vote, and people aren't too fond of Biden, another old white man being the Democratic nominee. I've heard that a lot of Bernie bros are mad at the DNC for cheating Bernie out 2 elections in a row, so I've heard that a lot of Democrats won't vote for Biden. But we'll see, and we can only pray that what happens is the best outcome for America. Remember that Reddit, other social media, is a terrible representation of the real world. We saw that in 2016. We saw that in 2019 with Biden winning the primary. I'm one of those Bernie bros, but I'd vote for Biden any day of the week. Biden is just not that good of a guy. Trump has the blood of 100,000 American deaths and counting on his hands. Pick one. The DNC cheated us out from every candidate. Not just Bernie. The DNC wanted Biden the same way they wanted Hillary. Young would have been good. Warren would have been good. Bernie would have been good. But no. Biden ends up taking it. Trump will lose narrowly and pressure Republican-controlled states that he lost to invalidate their election results and award their electoral college votes to him through legislation. They go along with it. Democrats sue. The boss battle is a fight in their state Supreme Courts over whether Ohio and/or Florida can legally overturn their election results in this manner, followed by an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court for the final boss battle, while conservative media says Democrats are trying to steal the election and mainstream media is saying Republicans are trying to steal the election. The U.S. Supreme Court decides the case in a 5-4 party line vote, and everyone loses their minds, causing a civil war. An alien-looking parent, in a different dimension, storms into their offspring's room, pulls the plug and says, "Quit playing that ridiculous humanity game and clean your room." Quote. China, America WW3. Nothing would surprise me at this point. Then again, I said that 2 months ago and have eaten those words. So who knows? Maybe stop being so dramatic. Lame duck President Trump will be the most insane version of Trump. A giant meteor. But that's who I'm voting for in the election. Airborne rabies calling it now. Mecha Hitler from Wolfenstein, but Trump. The Terraria Frost Legion. Alright, starting to build my base now. Trump will declare a Cold War on China and he'll be a wartime president for 2 or more terms. Well, if you declare a war, it isn't a Cold War. Also, Congress declares war. A president can't. The Cold War was cold because it wasn't outright. Russia and the US didn't openly declare war. Congress hasn't officially declared war since 1942. You are correct, but remember that this is Trump we're talking about. He thinks he can do anything. Zombie Jesus. So, just regular Jesus. Cthulhu. 2021. The war against Gigas. The second wave COVID-19 outbreak in Red MAGA. Project Bluebeam is your prepared to see and hear Jesus. Yav, Allah or the deity of your preference sometime soon, courtesy of the puppeteers above the governments. YouTube Rewind 2020. Gotta be a giant meteor with a Karen haircut. I suspect it will be an amalgam of all of the 45th presidency bosses fused together in one massive temper tantrum of destruction. Basically total destruction of trade and international credibility. A resurgence of COVID-19 which leads to a death toll higher than anything we have seen since the last pandemic, probably sowing the seeds for WW3 by legitimizing dictators and tyrants. And Twitter will probably crash under the weight of his tantrum. Monsieur. Edit. Spelling. +1. All the interesting game elements are played out. The developer is running up against the release date, so the programmers are rushing features at this point. Hitler gonna respawn after winning the Gulag. A severe snowstorm. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. US Civil War seems pretty high on the list at this point. Ender Dragon. Hearing Trump cry about being voted out and how he's the blah 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 and how unfair the blah blah val. The electors cast their ballots for the Electoral College in December. Fingernail cancer. It will happen from people using nail polish and the quick-dry light machines. No one will see it coming. Then soon enough we will all have no nails. Civil war. At this rate it will be an actual battle somewhere. I'm calling it civil war in the States. Donald Trump refusing to step down after losing the election in November. Literal civil war. Second wave. Wither storm. We're gonna have to sacrifice a baby pig. R.I.P. Ruben sad face. Killer bean. Godzilla Earth but 3 times bigger. Dad comes back. Evil Shaggy. Ultra Instinct Evil Shaggy. Kim Jong-un will resurface. Or, they'll use one of his doubles. It will be obviously a double. Everybody in the country will have to pretend it's the real one, but instead of one dictator appeasing the military, it will be a straight-up military junta with a figurehead. Or, they'll fatten up his sister. Tell everyone it's on. Everybody in the country will have to pretend it's true. Military junta, a new emu or whatever it is. We know that Flash will die. They'll make Robot Santa from Futurama. The boss battle will be over in November. It's a trap that will trick us to think that something's coming up in December. And it will consume our minds, filling it with fear and suspicion. We are the unlikely bosses whom we have to fight. Coronavirus against ASMR. Ever heard of Krampus? Sharknadoes. The monumental court battle that'll come from Donald Trump refusing to acknowledge the results of the 2020 election. The moon goes out. Get ready for massive tides. The moon blew up without warning and for no apparent reason. Get ready for the hard rain. Destroyed December. Beating it, the equivalent of the number of that day, will be tough. But we can do it. Don't give up, comrades. God. Oh, I think we all know. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.